Hitachi solutions. And again, Microsoft is the one who's always promoting the events. So obviously, and I want to say big thanks to Golak and his team to give this opportunity to given all the people have knowledge about the Power Platform in general. So big thanks to Golak and his team. Right, that's something very important. Right, and because it takes a lot of time to arrange the speaker and communicate with them. So big thanks to Golak. Uh, but before that, I will share about what we have, and then we see top innovations happening in Power Platform space. We have lot of innovations that choosing the top five only, and then we can see what we can do within that innovations. I'm not going to licensing because licensing is a bigger chunk. I just want to show you the all the nitty-gritty things which can be possible with the Power Platform in terms of the AI innovations. Okay, and I will share about the licensing towards the end, and you can see whether it makes sense for you. So again, Microsoft, I'm a worker. I'm MVP alumni. I'm a global speaker. I've talked to many people and across the globe, and just not Singapore. Obviously, in India, Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand. I'm talked to a lot of other teams. So that is about what I do. This is my LinkedIn contact email. You can contact me on my LinkedIn and my email address if you want to contact me. Now, first thing we talk about is about why we want to have low code, why we need low code, first thing, and then how we can leverage those things in Power Platform. And we see some basic overview of Power Platform, and then we see all the innovations. Right now, what innovations I'm doing is about with Copilot. Okay, all the innovations. Now, what they have, I have five demos. All are different workloads in Power Platform. You can see that how they can be used. Few are into private preview, few are in public preview. So I won't go to licensing, but I'll show you how it possible you can use the Copilot in that AI innovations. Okay, and then I have five demos for that. Okay, now before we proceed to the Power Platform, why we need low code? That's something is we have to take note. Very important. Why we need low code? First thing, this is a few things is in the slide is that um, many people can't make applications. Think about business users, right? Think about HR. Think about the finance team, right? Have completely no idea how to create apps. The problem with that is that in next few years, we will having a lot of people making apps, right? 750 million applications will require in next 3 years, right? And this is the thing we have not that much built. Like in 40 years, we have not so many apps thanks to the mobile devices, cloud, everything. So the main thing is that having so many applications, obviously we can't make this so many applications. And the issue with that we have a shortage of the developers, right? Around 4 million more developers required, and you know that shortage of developers is all across the globe. So we have to work on that. Second thing is any software, whether it's a legacy applications or whether it's a new application, takes some time, right? And many customers, I'm not talking about Microsoft, from small scale to bigger customers, they need some time, right? And they struggle with finding a tech talent. That is something which is very important. And the last piece, which is very crucial for any organization, is the security and the compliance. So what happening right now is this point of time is that Microsoft is the only one who's able to ensure that people who have almost no code or low code, they can also build the applications without writing a single line of code. And thanks to Copilot, which is ChatGPT in behind scenes, we can build the applications without single line of code. So in all my demos, I will want to share is that how these innovations, AI innovations, can help your basic end users and how these people can build applications without writing single line of code. That is something it's a beauty of a Copilot. Okay. Now, one thing before I proceed is that we will having again, it's not from Microsoft, it's from the Gartner. Gartner tell that we'll be having 70% new applications built by enterprise. And many people without Microsoft or without within community events told me, Aro, is it possible to make enterprise applications with a Power Platform? And the answer is big yes. You can make enterprise applications. The only thing which I want to share with them is that do you have a coder? Do you have any customer who can make applications, who can write code? Because I have many customers who need to, they think that low code is easy. The problem is that they're building a very complex scenario with the RPA and all not possible. So it's possible to use low code with the pro code. So I am sharing the pro code thing later on, but just want to share that you can enterprise applications. Think about Coca-Cola. Think about the large organizations like PepsiCo, right? These are really enterprise. People have built application on low code with Power Platform. So the answer is yes. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, they are using enterprise applications on their environments. Okay. Now, what thing which we want to tell that Microsoft is number one, again, is number one in terms of the low code, in terms of the ease. Okay. There are a lot of other players are there. I just want to share that a lot of we have other customers, other people. But what Microsoft shines is that the how easily you can make application. That is nobody, all third party can make these applications. So this is we are number one in that context. And all the CIOs love Power Platform. The reason being is very easy. Think about other applications, right? You need a pro code for that, obviously. So what Power Platform is trying to induce that I want to share you that you can make every person can achieve more, right? Rather than writing single line of code. That's something which we are trying to do. And the best thing is that we have around 33 million users who are using Power Platform. It's just not the coders, it's out of business applications. So it's a very big number. 33 million people are using Power Platform, monthly users. So that is a huge number. Now you can see that these are all the customers. These all think about Shell, think about KPMG, think about Heathrow, think about Columbia, think about H&M, PepsiCo, T-Mobile, all are enterprise customers. The beauty is that although Fortune 500 companies are using Power Platform, 97% of these people, customers are using Power Platform. That is a big number. Okay, so I'm not talking about the pitching of a Microsoft, I'm talking about how we are trying to engage just not coders, as also we try to engage the low code people, right? People who have a lesser knowledge on writing code. Okay, now before I proceed, this very simple slide. I think you have seen this multiple times in YouTube and all. I just want to give you a context. Now, why Power Platform is so important? I mean, I will talk about low code here. Is that you can make applications, the app development without using the code. Example, I can make a budget tracker. I can make a training app using templates. So we have templates in Power Automate. We have templates in Power BI. So you can make templates in everywhere. So what I'm telling you is that you don't need a coder. You don't need anything. You just need a template and customize the template to your heart content. Okay. So we now. Power Automate is mostly used for your automation, right? You want to have a legacy application using Power Automate, you can do it. Power BI is mostly for reporting services. Chatbot, we use Power Virtual Agents, and Power Pages is mostly when you want to have a external site where we want to use it. Example, our customer where we are working that they want to use our Power Pages, and all the users across the globe, they can access it. So that is a common use of the Power Pages. Now, what happening here is that we are working on the Microsoft Cloud, right? So Power Platform is one chunk only, right? And what has happened that you can easily integrate with your Office applications. Obviously, people who are Dynamics gurus like Golok, they make applications. we can have Pro Code, right? All the Pro Code, and we have Azure. So we are working on three clouds. Three clouds. First cloud is Power Platform. Then we have second cloud is your Dynamics, right? As I say, and second cloud is M65, and the third cloud is your Azure. So what I want to share with you is that these are seamlessly integrated. I can easily integrate with my Power Platform with my Azure services, like which are actually in Dataverse. I can use APIM. I can use congregated services. So that is the beauty of Power Platform. I mean, Microsoft Cloud, that all three clouds work together, right? That is the beauty of that thing. Um, Second thing is about era of copilots, right? And thanks to ChatGPT, Microsoft integrated all the services into Copilot, which means the all the demos I want to show you, Microsoft has integrated the OpenAI services with the Azure OpenAI. Okay, so these are behind the scenes, but this will help for all the end users. All business users have no idea how to create applications. They can just use it without writing single line of code. Now, before I just want to show you that I have many customers telling me that, Aroh, can you share me a table which shows about the OpenAI, which is a startup, and how the Microsoft OpenAI can help in that. Now, one thing I want to share with you that obviously Microsoft has invested a lot of investment into OpenAI, but it's a startup. And as Microsoft, this is a big organization. The one thing which I want to share is about how the OpenAI, not about OpenAI, Azure, normal OpenAI. The problem, I won't say problem, is about security. When using OpenAI, you have some challenge about security, right? And there's no SLA, right? And again, have add-on for the classifier, which we had to add on here on your OpenAI, $20 per month. So that is some challenges. But what I want to share with you is that when you use OpenAI, Microsoft OpenAI, you always have and enterprise security, right? You can have RBAC, you can have enterprise security thanks to the all the security which Azure provided. All the compliance you will get it, and in OpenAI there's no compliance at all, right? And we always have Azure SLA, right? And there's something which we want to share about that when you're working on enterprise applications, try to use Azure OpenAI because that is slightly more stable, more secure rather than OpenAI. Now, OpenAI is always like I use OpenAI frequently, right? But when you work for any enterprise customer or any customer for that matter, I will always choose OpenAI, Azure OpenAI, right? Because it has security, it has compliance, it has an SLA. I hope I make sense here. Okay. Now, one thing I want to share with you is that we are actually Microsoft is empowering everyone to using OpenAI, right? So think about collaboration. We think about Microsoft Teams, SharePoint, Office. But if other people, these are all your makers. So Microsoft actually is enabling all your makers to make applications, whether it's a Power Automate, whether it's Power Apps, Power BI, everyone can make applications. That is the beauty of a Power Platform. Okay. And again, Microsoft infusing AI in from many years. And I just want to let you know that the Microsoft has heavily invested investment in OpenAI from 2009, 19 and onwards, right? When the OpenAI was just a bigger startup, and Satya already knew that this will be a big changer. So that's why Microsoft are investing in a lot of new products in OpenAI, right? Now, AI builders, you have seen it in many demos and all. We have integrated Power Pages, Power Apps with the natural language. You know about Power BI from 2016 onwards, we are integrating with the natural language. Power Automate, we add the flow and Figma, if you know that when the build we made. And in 2013, we add all OpenAI services. Okay, so 2013, 2033 is one of the biggest because we integrated all our applications, whether it's Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Builder, or Power Virtual Agents. All four or five are actually integrated with Power Virtual Agents. Now, you may not have access. I will give you how you can get access, but in my demo, I have access to all the things. I have Copilot, right? So one thing to take note, if you have not seen it, the Microsoft will released a GA general availability by end of this year. I have many customers tell me, Aroh, can you tell me when the Power Automate and how the Copilot will come? Answer is in last month in Inspire, we have the license, we provide the license for that for Copilot, but actually general availability might come maybe end of this year, right? So these are preview features. You see, all are preview features, right? And anything which is preview, Microsoft is actually trying to make changes behind the scenes. So don't try everything on the production, try in your demo tenant and then work on that. That is something which I always tell to all my customers, even my community events, that please, when you try to have any new service, whether it's Microsoft Teams or whether it's a Copilot, but this is a new thing, please try in your environment first before you roll out to the production, right? When it's become GA. Okay, now before that, we just show, we give you some screenshot and then we got demo. Don't worry, this is just a screenshot and then we work on 5 demos. Okay, first is Copilot for Power Apps. Okay, here, what I can do, I can create an application. This is a screenshot only, nothing much. I had a demo only. I have a full demo. How to make applications. So here, using Copilot, I can make applications, and within few seconds, an app is created for me. This is we see in the demo soon. Okay, this is just a screenshot. Okay. Second demo which we see is in Power Automate. How we can make applications in Power Automate? Can Copilot can help? And the answer is yes. This is in September. Is public preview. It might coming in GA maybe end of this year or maybe first quarter of 2024. Okay, so you can design your Power Automate using drag drop. Same thing to do. Now again, I can create and design a flow. I can ask we make an application of flow where somebody fill the things and message on the team. See, this thing will happen. So this is the way, just like ChatGPT, have a prompt and a prompt will give you an output. Okay, and then you can customize the output. That is a use of the second demo, which we'll see in the and soon. My third demo will be part of that. Again, it's a screenshot only. We have a demo on that. How we can build AI builder, right? So again, it's a preview. What I can see that I can have my ChatGPT and a Copilot with that, right? And we see it's in the demo. So it's very easily to make note that you can have AI builder with that. Now, just want to give you a context. What permissions you have to have if you are using Office 365, what license you need. So you have license if you have using Power Apps and Power Automate, you have full license. However, if you have a AI Builder or Power Virtual Agents or Power BI fifth E5 license, you have already got it. But for Power BI and or for AI Builder and Power Virtual Agents is an add-on. You have to purchase a license, but you can try in a developer tenant. Okay, all the things you can try on the developer tenant. Tell your manager or tell your boss that, okay, I want to use it in my tenant, and then you can try it for the developer tenant. Developer tenant, you get everything, but even the developer tenant, you have to get a 30-day trial for Power Virtual Agents and also Power BI. Okay, so there's something more to tell you on that. Okay, and the fourth demo we're working is about the Power Virtual Agents. Right now, earlier we have something called as trigger faces in Power Virtual Agents, and we have to add lot of trigger faces. It's very good, but problem with that, we have to have application, the ChatGPT, to show that the content very fast when we have no time for that. Now, thanks to ChatGPT, we have add some phrases and then within few seconds, ChatGPT will create those particular applications, right? We see in the demo soon on that, but just want to share that in this particular demos, we have 5 demos, one for Power Apps, one for Power Automate, one for AI Builder, 2 demos on Power Virtual Agents. Okay, you see that how easily we can make applications without not writing a single line of code. That is use of ChatGPT. Okay. Yep. And this is how you can have your application done with that. Okay. So this is something which I have done for you. And then let's work on the first demo, which is called as um, Power Apps with the ChatGPT. But any questions so far by anyone? Golak,
Yeah,
anyone?
Aroh, there is a question on the steps actually.
Uh,
Yeah, you can see I replied, but if you have any comments, you can top up.
can you explain step by step? Okay. One thing I want to share step by step, which workload. I'm sharing the demo step by step and I will give some resources in that. Copilot is not visible to all the places, right? All the regions, right? So you have to wait for some time. But however, what Golak has said, this is the way you can create, right? What I'm sharing with you is actually is a private preview. Private preview means it's only specific people can able to create demos, but later you can have. So step by step, just follow the guidance on that. And thanks to Golak, this is the way you can just use this guidance on that. And I will share some more details on that. But again, step by step are for the 5 workloads. Power Apps, he has gave a demo. I will create a demo. I show the Microsoft Learning for Power Automate, Power Virtual Agents, and Power Pages. So that one has step by step. I hope I make sense. Hello, Sanjeev sir.
Hey, Aroh, so nice hearing your voice, fantastic, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
very
you,
much
sir.
for making time for us. So, quick one, OpenAI now is by themselves, they are actually getting into the enterprise, right? Is what I heard.
Yes,
So
sir.
there is
Yeah, it's
there is
going
an
to.
enterprise version of OpenAI, is what I heard, Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, it's going soon. It's in the private preview, sir, and going to be soon a public preview soon on that. So that was what Microsoft was trying to do it at this point of time. Earlier, it was everything was um only for specific customers, but now see so many customers want to have the enterprise data. So that I will show you that thing in my demo as well.
No, no, sorry. I didn't mean Azure OpenAI, I meant
Yeah.
OpenAI by themselves are going enterprise, right? I mean, historically it was consumer, like, anybody. But then I hear now that they themselves are going into the enterprise, like an enterprise
Oh, okay.
version.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe
Have you
I'm
heard or
mistaken.
no?
Yeah. So for that, I have not visibility on that. Not on
Ah,
that,
okay.
sir. Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah,
bud.
yeah,
Thanks.
yeah, yeah. But that one, maybe I will review that. I'm not. But what I'm sharing is about all everything part of the Azure OpenAI, not OpenAI for that.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, sir. Now, I'm going to share some demos and start with the 5 demos. Start with the Power Apps first. Okay, now how I can go there? I just go to office.com. Okay, so people know about office.com. I just go for that and then I will search for Power Apps in the universal search. So I have Power Apps. Okay, and then it will open this link, makemypowerapps.com. So this is the window I'm talking about. Okay, and I hope everyone have this new view of our Copilot. So it's very easy to create an applications, right? Now just assume that I'm a HR. On my demos about HR, right? So I'm talking about all the things about HR. So I want to make an application, right? I want to make a training for all the end users, right? And I'm an HR. I want to make an application. So how it make an application, because HR have no idea how to create applications, but his manager, the HOD, HR director told him the HR, that you can make applications using Copilot. So he's very, very excited about that thing. So what he can do, he want to create a training application for his company called as Contoso, right? So he create an application. So create an application, create a training or maybe expense, right? We need a expense, right, for all the things. So he's an HR app. So you just see, I'm not doing anything, just creating expense game. What I would do, I just click on just like ChatGPT, I click on that button, okay, and click on go. And behind the scenes, what's happening is that is the ChatGPT or the Copilot actually is creating an application for the HR user. Right now, before that, I will show a brief of what this Copilot is doing. So it's creating an app, right? And on the top, okay, something happened to this. Maybe I just this was not clear. Okay, I said please try to this. So my prompt was not perfect. So now it is doing, it's creating an app called as a training app for IT users. Okay, so this is training users. And now I just want to show you what's happening right now. On the left side, you will see that it creating a table, right? A table. Why need table? Because we need the a table should be part of your Dataverse. So again, question is that can we use Dataverse? Can you use SharePoint? The answer is yes. No, you can't use SharePoint as a for using Copilot. Your backend should be always Dataverse, right? This is one lot of questions people ask me, so I just want to get this thing. Where is my right? So this is the thing. So we are trying to use this as a table. Table is a Dataverse table, right? Now, one thing which people ask that can we change? Yes, you can change it, right? But not in this view, right? So what's happening, right? Because we are under Copilot, so we are making changes here in this. I want to modify. I can modify. I want to create an and it is creating some sample data for me. Right now, I can't modify because we are in the Copilot, right? But later we can change it. I will create an app, then we can change it. So now we can see that the table is called as a training app for IT users. Okay, and I can see that this is that you see this is the Dataverse schema. Okay, but I want from the training, I have not much information, right? I want to create start date call. So what as a HR user, right? He doesn't know, but he knows that okay, this is a schema he's getting, and he gets an ID, get a name, everything. This is sample data only. But he found that for any training, right? I must have a start date. So I create a click on this. And then what's happening behind the scenes, the Copilot is creating what is creating it creating a column called as a start date column, right? And this is reflected in our schema. Okay, now I can see here start date is there. Awesome. Now I want to, as a normal user, want to create another column, end date. Okay. Right. So again, what I want to share with you is that everything is possible if with a no code required, right? So as a normal Azure user who have no idea to create an application, he can make an application, right? So this is a sample data and data is not there. Okay, the other things which I can do is that I can go to left side suggestions. So I can change some columns. I can add columns. I can add a row. I can remove columns. I can get suggestions. So maybe I'm new to Copilot as a normal user. I want to get suggestions. Give me suggestions. Give me suggestions. Okay, and I click on that. So Copilot will give you some advice. Okay, maybe you're working on the training app. What you can do, you can add more suggestions. You can add a name, email address, country. You see, So I maybe because it's a global company, Condos is a global company, I can add a country, right? And then in few minutes, a new column will be added with sample data. So this is the way you can add uh, a column and also add, I also use some suggestions to add it as well. Okay, so that's something which we can do. Let me check on that, and then we are done with 3 columns. We are good for this. And what I can do is here is update it. Awesome, we have countries, right? Now, if you feel that this column is should be have a drop down, you can do it, right? But again, as a normal end user HR person, I'm okay with these applications, right? So I click an app. Now, behind the scenes, it will create an application as a Dataverse a column and rows, right? So what you will see is actually a table which is Dataverse table, right? You can't use any other data source at this point of time. Maybe Microsoft might have some other data sources later on, but the Copilot specifically, they are using only for Dataverse, right? And then after a few seconds, I can see that my table has been almost ready to provision. And I can also create an applications with this Copilot. Let me see this. Yeah, it takes some time for the app to be done and then we're done. Okay. And yep, my app is created. What I can do, I can add a label. I can add gallery. So I'm new to Copilot, right? I want to add a gallery. I can add here, add a new screen. Okay, and I add a gallery. So what happening, right? In this screen, a new gallery will be added. So if you don't know what is gallery, a gallery is the input data. You can have a edit form. You can moderate the things. You can modify the data browse screen and all. You can modify. So that when it will give you. So this here is giving you data. Gallery is added. So this is a way very easily I can create an application. Now I found this very good. I can make an application. I click on my app. See, I can add a column and this test. We put 25. Country is Singapore. My contact number is this. I started it. So I just want to show that how easily a normal end user, think about HR, think about finance people who have no idea how to create an app, they can easily add the numbers. Okay, and then I pick this. Okay, and then people can use in the on the browser. I can change to maybe to iPhone 14. The view will be like that. I can change to tablet. I can go to and the view will be like that. So I can change the things. So it's not a Copilot. I just want to share that it's possible to what you can change to the screen. Right. And this is the beauty of Power Copilot. Then now I find that this is good. I can go and publish it, and I can change it. Right. So again, no code required here. So that's the use of a first demo, which is called as a Power Apps with Copilot. Okay. Yep. So something which now second thing which I go is about the second demo is about using Copilot for the Power Automate. So second demo, right? Now there are many ways you can do. I can go to create. Now, if you know about Power Automate, right? There are a lot of options you can go for automate, scheduled, instance. Now, what is new is called as Copilot, right? I can click in design. The same thing, but in the home screen, they have add the Copilot directly here. Okay. Now, what I want to do here, just thinking I'm an as a user, HR user, I want to actually able to not using Power Apps. I want to use as a Microsoft Form. I want to use a Microsoft Form. So what I will do, create save a data into save the Microsoft Form response into Dataverse. Okay, so I can use it. Click on submit. What will happen? It is creating same kind of concept, same the data into Microsoft Form. So I have a trigger on faces. What is trigger? Trigger is like a new item is added, right? Or I'm going to this mall maybe at 9 a.m. That is my trigger, right? So that is the my trigger. Here, what my trigger is that if a new response is added into my Microsoft form, data should be stored into in my Dataverse. But I found that, okay, no, because my manager told me that RO, we can't create Dataverse. Don't have license. We have to use Dataverse. Obviously, you can use it. So I create my form. Microsoft form is free. I mean, we have Office 365 is free, but SharePoint is free as well. So Dataverse not. So I want to create. Okay, I click on that. Click on this. And then what thing assume that you're working on ChatGPT content. Again, I want to save online. So it save content into Microsoft form, but using the SharePoint action, right? Something which we can do that way. So this is something which is using Power Automate using Dataverse. Right now, I have something more complex scenario. I want to have Microsoft form, but not using SharePoint, but also adding a condition. So I click on this. I'm giving a lot of options here. Now here I can see that, okay, Microsoft is one option, but I have condition. What I can do, I can create a condition that is looks very nice. I can search. So I want to have again for HR, I want to have Microsoft Forms. Data should be stored in SharePoint with a condition. So I click on next one. Second term. Now, what is happening here is that as a review, now as an HR person, he may not know about what is these connectors, but these are all connectors which I have. I have connector which is called as Microsoft Form. I have SharePoint which have permissions. I have all green ticks, which means I'm okay to create a new flow using Power Automate. I click on new. Now on the right, you can see all the triggers, phrases, and all actions here. So this is your all connectors, and this is all your right side is your all your trigger phrases and the actions. Now I click on the flow, and this is a new designer. This is a new designer. You can see I can do anything right. So okay, this is want to show parameters. I have not put any parameters. I can pick a form here. So Copilot event in Microsoft, right? Then what parameters? I put response. Okay. And then I just want to show you how I can use Power Automate, right? For the Copilot. I can now in the new designer, I can zoom. I can just go back. I can go back here. Now I want to use Copilot. Now I want to see what's happening here. Then you see actions. Now I want to see this action called as update item because as a HR person, he doesn't know what is Copilot. So I want to see action. So action is explain this action. The Copilot is actually giving us details on that. Update item is defined when you have some additional information, right? Now this is content is not correct. I can use this particular innovation. I use a list. I can do parameters. I can do this is my leave request and ID, right? So this is why I can do it. So these are the way I can use Copilot in my Power Automate way, right? I can have source code. Same thing I can do, which in my previous way. Now with Copilot, I can have more features. I ask some questions as well. Okay, tell me more about child floors, right? Rather than going to Google, I want to go to search within this context. Tell me more about child flows. And within the context, it will share me that what is child flow, what is child flow does, how you can use it, everything is given. So rather than going to Google or go to Bing, I can within the context, you can find this is the way because you are working a very complex scenario and then you have no time and you want to see everything what's possible. Then you make a child flow, but you don't know how to use it. And this way you can do it. So again, this is a different way you can do it, and options are given to you where you can do. You can have your settings, all your options, all your actual code review, testing. You can do in one way. So again, in a This is my second demo of how I can use Power Automate with Copilot. Okay, this is second demo. Again, you can enhance this particular flow with more actions or with more Dataverse applications, but just to give you a preview that how Copilot can help into creating applications. After that, you can do anything. You can have your more complex scenario later on this. Okay. Yeah, so that is something I want to share about that demo. And the third demo I want to share about Copilot in AI Builder. Right now, if I go to my Power Apps, I have something called as AI Builder. No, because I have license, I have a trial license, so I have capabilities. But if you don't have capability, you can go for Power Virtual, go for AI Builder. You can go for 30-day trial, and you can extend for two months more, which means for 3 months you can extend that your AI Builder uh, thing, right? So I want to use a new AI model, but I want to use ChatGPT. How we can do it? Click on text. I want to use ChatGPT, right? So you see this one is ChatGPT. I click on the create content, summarize content with ChatGPT, right? I think GPT. And what I have is something as um, creating a sample. So I have a couple of samples. I click on that extract text. Okay. And in this text, what I've seen, I have some containers, some registration. Think about for HR. Think about HR, right? Now he has already got all the users, all around 500 users have registered, and he want to build an application for those users using those IDs, right? Think about Sanjeev. Think about Golak. These are the registered people. He want to send a code for them, a code for them. So he will do AI Builder. Click on test, and that code will be giving for that new IT application, right? He will get some kind of discount because those people, Golak, Sanjeev, and Aroh, they have done this particular course. So the HR will give you a discount because you have paid for that. Now you can have a discount. So use that particular context, right? So now this is the registration number. And now what the HR can do again, creating an app. Creating an app. Now with not using Power App, but using with AI Builder. So I use in Power Apps. I create an application, and within few seconds, the AI Builder has made an application for me. Okay, so again, backed by the ChatGPT model. So I click on that, and then few minutes, my ChatGPT, my AI Builder model is done. Right, awesome. Right, so I can just test it, and I can see explain me a concept of agile development as if I was a kindergarten, right? So I click a question, test it out, and then I click on that. You see, now again, thanks to the ChatGPT AI Builder, the thing as a Lego blocks. Now again, kindergarten, think about Lego blocks and blocks, right? So think about you're making a piece of or piece. Same thing. Now I will write something else here. Power Apps. Okay. Power Apps 2 5 years old kit. Yeah, I was the click on test. Yeah, a special tool to make your own game stories and see. Now again, think about that. Now, if you have to think about, I just want to change to 65. Right? The context will be changed because now earlier, because we are thinking about this small kids, right? Think about old people, right? The content will be totally changed. See, without writing code. So after 65, right? Obviously, the brain power is not that much. So again, uh, the Power Apps you can build application without writing code. So you get the context here. So again, AI Builder will help you in this particular way. Now you can make more things. I want to give you this is a brief what is possible with Power Automate. I'm sorry, AI builder. Okay, so this is my third demo. I'm going to move to the fourth demo, which is a mix of power virtual agents, and the two things which I want to share with you. Okay. Um, I mentioned to you this Power Virtual Agents is a need additional license, but if you have license, you can try with that. Now, what I want to do, I want to create an application. I want to create an application called as a chatbot. Right now, create a Singapore UG 19th of September. Okay, and then now if you know about previously Power Virtual Agents, we have to add trigger faces, right? Here you don't need trigger faces. Now this is not a co-pilot here. I'm talking two things. Here is using something called as a conversation booster, which is came in April, and a lot of people start leveraging it. Okay, now just think about I want to use a website called as Pluralsight. Okay, if you know people, what is Pluralsight? Pluralsight is a online training company which has a training for AWS, Microsoft Power Platform, Viva, everything they have, and then you can use it. So what I can do, I just use this for this content. That's a generative AI. Click on create, and then rather than creating a trigger faces, I mean not using the phrases. What this ChatGPT will do is scan all the content. Will scan all the content, and then it will give some answer to you. Okay, now assume you're in HR. I'm thinking about HR persona here. So HR, you think about money, right? But what cost? What the cost for the Pluralsight? So he will think about how much I have to users can pay for that. So I will search for this. Hi, this is my ChatGPT, and let's put the question here, and I ask question here. Okay. Okay. How can I? So I want to get ask some questions about what is the cost for Pluralsight. Um, how does Pluralsight cost? Okay, I didn't add any trigger phrases. Just assume I'm not adding trigger phrases. I just click on that. And then because it's a public website, so it will give all the details. So good thing about that, if the content changes by Pluralsight or by any company for that, you will always have updated data because ChatGPT always scans the data. Now I can easily find it how I can go for that, and it gave me the different subscription. I click on that. I click on the copy the link and see the cost here. See, this is the cost. Pick the plan. It doesn't make any from the sky. Everything is coming from the website, right? So I can go with that. So this is the way you can create. You can use for the public website. You can use for internal website also. I'm not going to internal because that it needs something more complex thing like Azure functions. I give you a brief what is possible. Right now, this is the way I can do it. Now, one thing that I want to but I want to have slightly more other capabilities. So what I can do, I can click on something called as Copilot. This is the way I can create Copilot. Yeah. So first thing what it shown you is using the conversation booster. Again, conversation booster will add your website. You can add 2, 3 as well. You can, and then you can add the things there, right? But if you want to have slightly more fine tuning, again, if you go to fine tuning, you go to pilots, topics, and add the contents. Create with Copilot. This is the second option, the last demo that I'm showing you. That first one using the configuration booster, using a site, Now within the site, I want to add a copilot. Okay, so I add a copilot here. So I tell me this is give me okay here. Okay, so okay, and I add some content, right? I add what subscription we have. I can add some simple trigger phrases, not very fancy. Just want to add. Now, what will happen, right? You will see the beauty of the ChatGPT. Okay? It's just some just two, three, not too many. Okay? This is the thing I added. That is assume this is creating trigger phrases. I added only four. I'm going to click on create. What will happen, just like ChatGPT will create a lot of content for you, and you can actually enhance that application. Now, it adds trigger phrases. You see, 1 to 70, around 8 to 9 trigger phrases it created for yourself. Okay, and it's also created a couple of variables for me. Okay, I just not variable added, but I can add responses. Okay, I can add things and all. So I have some boilerplate table chatbot which I can use it. I can modify, I can add more content, but this is a way I can actually enhance my using this Copilot, ChatGPT Copilot to make it working. All my end users, I can use it for that matter. So this is the use of two demos of Copilot using first one using configuration booster, and second using Copilot on the topic itself, right? So two ways I can do it. So this is a way, I mean, I can talk about Copilot for 4 hours, but this 1 hour, I want to share you what is possible in Copilot in 4 workloads. Now, I have a demo for Power Pages and also for Power BI, but I keep it for short because I have 4 demos only. So you see how you can use it in your own demos, right? Now, before I proceed, finish this thing, many people in community events and also in at Microsoft also asking about costing, right? So costing less because costing is something very important and near and dear for the customers, right? So here this is the costing. Now, I'm not going for the Microsoft thing. This is something which I feel that is slightly more clearer is using this one, right? So if you are using Microsoft 365 cost will be like that, right? And share this link to you as well. You can have an idea how you can use it, but at least you have clarity about that. Yeah, so that's one. Again, Microsoft link is also there with that, like in Inspire, they adding a pricing there. But I feel this one's is a very famous Tony Redmond is very famous guy, and like he's a MVP also, and he give the pricing with that. But I found it's not that much clarity which he provided for the from the cost perspective to how the cost will be actually for the tenants, how they have to pay. This is the pricing is given, and the change of cost is this much, right? See, if you are thinking for the 5,000 customers, adding a copilot will be that much cost. Okay, it's a pretty heavy costing, but just want to give you a glimpse at how you can use a copilot in your tenant. Okay, something which you can think about that. Okay, so that's something which is what I want to share with you, and then what is possible with Copilot. I share with you. I will share this slide deck with you later on as well. And Sanjeev sir, Golak, anyone have any questions? You can just ask me.
Hi. Thanks, Aroh. I think Jiva has a question. Yeah, hi. Maybe Jiva, you can open up your mic.
Hey, yeah, thanks, Aroh, first of all, not taking time and presenting in our event. I really appreciate for going on a rally for more than a hour. It takes lots of preparation and efforts to do that. I just have one question. So when you're showing the demo of the Copilot in Power Apps or Power Automate for any Power Platform for that matter, how does it comply with the ALM? I don't see that
So
creating a solution, isn't it?
no, I didn't get your voice is breaking. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. So how does this Copilot features, which you just showed now in the demo, comply with the ALM?
Yeah, so the ALMS will be the same matter. It doesn't change the things. What Copilot helps is to uh, empower the end users who have no knowledge onto Power Platform. Even that matter, even the developers also they can use it because there maybe they have developers who are very short of the human resource. They can also make the applications. So Power Apps, Power Automate, right? The ALM process is not changed. It's just exactly same way. The what actually
Uh,
I have a
so-
demo for that. The only thing is right. You have to think about what kind of ALM process you want to do. Are you using Azure DevOps or using ALM Accelerator? That is the only change. But
yeah.
only thing,
Sorry.
right? For
Yeah.
for
Sorry.
for for the
Sorry.
Copilot,
I rephrase the question. Sorry.
yes.
What I'm asking is, when you create the application and the flow, does it get created in the inside the solution or just in the default solution?
It will create in the default solution at this point of time.
That's not comply with the ALM, isn't it? At this point of time.
Yeah. That was changing. So in the second, I think so third, I think one of the things that we are actually had to add the ALM into Power and the Copilots. It will help in that, but it won't make any changes in terms of into the coding part. So once you are doing, and I mean I have a I have a one customer I can't show, but I have doing a demo for one of the customers, and he has a environment which is into Europe, and then he uses Copilot again because Microsoft will go with that, and you're using ALM process for him, right? So it's not using the default environment, you're using a different environment for him because he is into Europe, and all the Copilot things are actually working on for that particular tenant. So now, because Microsoft actually go because it's very large customers in Europe, so he makes some changes with that. But for the normal people, it's not that option is not available at this point of time. It will come soon, but you are just wait for some time. But it's possible to add uh, ALM process inside your solutions.
Right. Okay. But at this point of time, it's still in
It's
default
still,
solution.
yeah, it's only for special customers for that particular time. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, this kind of non-compliance, yeah, I agree. Actually, I align with Jiva what he mentioned. But
Mm-mm.
basically, the answer is Jiva's answer. No, it's not
Yeah. Yeah.
compliant. Yeah, I think that is the at this stage it is not there. Even earlier also, there are some of the government clients like data residency and all these all AI features. That's also one of the big compliance issues is there
Yeah.
across. Yeah,
You
yeah,
you you are correct. Yeah, both of guys
yeah.
are correct. The only thing,
Correct,
right?
correct.
Microsoft make an exception for specific residency things and all. Europe is right. It's a
Yeah,
GDPR,
yeah,
so we
yeah.
make an exception for that particular customer because it's a large customer, and they want to use Copilot. So it's an exceptional case that they add. But I want to share with you that even with Teams and all these issues with that, right? Later on, they make the changes. So the data residency and those things as a Copilot at this point of time. Azure DevOps is possible to do it for special customers, not for all the customers. But when it's released for GA, it will start working on that. So good point, but it's possible to do it for some special customers. So answer is yes. Answer
Yeah.
is yes for special customers.
Yeah, actually, any other questions? Then maybe we can discuss. I have also a couple of discussion point. I will say in this way. If let's see if anybody has any question. One question Ramoji asked actually, what is Copilot? Ramoji, I added one very simple video from Microsoft. You can say it's hardly 1 point some minutes. You can understand what exactly Copilot. Maybe Aroh, if you want to add, he's asking what is the difference between Copilot and chatbot.
Uh,
Yeah,
Copilot and
basically it's a two
chatbot.
two two different things altogether, a complete different segment, and they're sitting in the different. Uh, we cannot compare both actually. Basically, this is the AI capability, whereas chatbot is an application which is leveraging Copilot. Can leverage Copilot or any AI capabilities to deliver the outcome, whatever we want.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ramji, I just want to share that forget about Copilot, right? Chatbot, you have seen chatbots in all the places. So Power Virtual Agents help to use chatbot capabilities the AI capabilities. Now, what the Copilot help is to make that effort slightly lesser, right? So adding a chatbot with Copilot will help the user to create a chatbot. If it take 1 hour, it take maybe 10 minutes only. Copilot actually helps to enhance the minimize the time required, whether it's for Power Apps, Power Automate, or any other method. So chatbot is same capabilities, but the only difference is that with Copilot, it takes a slightly lesser time. I hope you understand my point here.
Yeah, maybe Ramoji, if still any doubt, you can definitely ask if you are here. I think he's typing. Okay. So any other questions also definitely, yeah, I think thanks. Okay, if anybody has any question, definitely now it's already session is over. Actually, we are already overrunning 10 minutes. So you can open up your mic and ask the questions, or else we'll be wind up the session.
Okay, I have one question.
Yep,
So
please.
the question is the Copilot, is it across the whole tenant or is it by the different apps? I assume this is across the whole tenant, right?
Yeah, it's across the talent.
Yep.
Okay. And there is okay in terms of licensing, is it like is there any difference in terms of capabilities? For example, like in CRM and in other places, you have basic or enterprise or professional like that. No, right?
No, it's the same. If you buy the $30 per user per month plan, the cable will be exactly same. No, there's no changes there.
Okay,
So
here actually, Aro, my understanding is
Mhm.
actually, if you remember recently, Satya announced, right? Copilot is coming as a standalone. If they go with standalone plan, I think that has separate pricing. If no standalone plan with enterprise applications, it will come as part of the product. Means that includes the licensing cost.
No,
If
but
my
again,
understanding is right.
Copilot is as an add-on anyways, right?
Yeah,
It's
correct.
add-on, irrespective.
But
Think about
is there any specific external cost for the time being they are charging? I don't think so, right?
no, no,
Maybe.
no,
So,
no,
so
yeah,
Golaknath, this is
yeah,
Venkat.
yeah.
Yeah,
We will get more information in the coming days. There are
yeah.
some discussions were happening, which we cannot reveal as an MVPs, but
Hmm.
we'll see more clearance. But as of now, as Arav said, that only $30 or something that is for present. But to the Palash Roy's question, there is no specific thing like enterprise or professional like that
Correct,
in this Copilot thing. Okay,
correct,
so
correct,
just
correct.
it goes like an pay as you plan like that. Okay, so it you will get more details, Palashara, in the coming days. That's what I can give the
Yeah.
information.
Yeah. No, I think Venkat, I understand. I'm not saying the day this point of view. I'm saying the announcement already came. Something is coming.
Yeah.
As Satya announced, it's coming something. So, Palash, for your point of view, yes, it's coming. But when it will come, what is the pricing? What is the model? They have not set up any pricing model as such. There is no announcement on that. I think that will give you the answer.
okay.
Palash? Yep. Okay. Okay, if anybody has any questions, no. Okay, I think when can we expect next session? Okay, next session, see, basically, if you notice, we are doing each quarter because, earlier I people like you guys also already used to lot of events across globe they are organizing. So we were doing monthly, but now we changed it to quarterly. If you notice, we have done 3 months before, and we again came back after 3 months. So now I will say after next 3 months you will get. If in case we have any speaker, any demand, any request, we may do in between. But mostly thumb rule is each quarter. Okay. I think you got the answer. Maybe Jiva and Sanjeev, if you want to add anything.
Same, Kolkata, just to second the
Yeah,
same.
yep.
Yeah. And if we also do in person, we'll let you know as well.
Correct,
But
correct, correct,
because
correct, correct.
huge availability of events and it's a hybrid these
Yeah,
days. We're just looking for the right speakers and like right content and right attendees. Otherwise, we might not
Correct.
have value putting all those efforts. Yeah.
Yeah, or else, and you understand, right? Or else we two people will sitting and speakers as is sitting. So in that point, actually, there is no point organizing the sessions. Okay. I think, yeah. Thanks, Ramoji. Okay. In that note, already we are 15 minutes ahead, and I don't want to extend this because people want to enjoy their weekends. And thanks, Aroh, for joining the session. And it's really helpful session, and hoping to learn from you in future also. And we wish everyone happy weekend and enjoy your weekends on behalf of the organizers. Maybe Jiva and Sanjeev, if you want to add anything, or we will wind up.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks,
All good.
Aro. Really kind of you to make time for us, man, and very nice hearing your voice.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thanks, Aroh.
Take care, everyone.
Yeah, thanks.